What's up, Aries Collective? Thank you for joining me for your road opener reading. Happy New Year to you guys. If it's your first time joining me, my name is Keita. And if you are a returning viewer, what's happening? Listen, y'all, I've already pulled the cards. I have a particular spread that I'm following. And this reading slaps. Do you hear me? The message that is coming through here is one that somebody really needs to hear. I am an Aries sun sign. I think my Mercury is in Aries as well. And I needed this because it's not something that I didn't know. Y'all, excuse my nails. As soon as I finish with these roll opener readings, I'm going to take them off because I wanted to do it before I started it, but I was like, that's going to take some time and it's just going to stall, uh, give me a reason to stall on doing the roll opener reading. So I'm just going to wait till I finish all 12 of them. I need to start doing Ophiuchus, but I want to, Ophiuchus is supposed to be like the 13th sign, just saw 111. That's confirmation that I need to do it. But out of the 12 zodiac signs, that's the one that I'm least familiar with this energy. So if your sun sign is an Ophiuchus or you have that in your chart, stay tuned. I'm probably, once I do some research, going to start including Ophiuchus as a zodiac reading as in the zodiac readings. But yeah, sorry about the tangent. Back to this dynamic message. Like I was saying, this just slaps in the urban slang term of slaps. People will say something slaps if it's good, like a meal or a drink or, some weed or whatever. It slaps, right? This just slaps. But in this case, it slaps because it's good, and it also literally slaps like, damn, get your shit together. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get right into it. What did I do with my phone so that I can keep up with this spread? And start with what's being blocked. If you're not familiar with what roll opening work is, it's most synonymous with hoodoo practices to help open open blocked roads energetically in our lives. If you're not familiar with hoodoo outside of the cinematic Hollywood perception of it, hoodoo is the practice of the African Americans who were seeking to cultivate and preserve their original practices in their native land by using herbs and alchemical ritual and things of that nature. And so I have done a roll opening work by way of candle work and oils and things of that nature, and working with roll opener incense. And I actually have one lit right now. So if you see some smoke, that's the roll opener incense smoke. But I have started also last year, January, doing roll opener readings so that people can better identify what roads in their lives are blocked and how to go about unblocking them, whether you're using hoodoo or not. Awareness is everything. So I do these readings with the intentions of making people aware of what roads are blocked in your life and how you can go about unblocking them. Now, that being the case for the Aries collective, I'm using the for all of the readings, I believe, sometimes I be switching the decks during the round of readings or whatever, but the round of zodiac readings. But I'll just say for this particular one, I'm gonna use the archetype cards to see what energy is blocked in the for the Aries collective, and then we're going to see why is it blocked, and also what needs to be done to unblock it. I also am going to close out the message with a crystal prescription, which I've already done bibliomancy to identify what crystal you're needing to work with in order to help you unblock this road for you. So the road that's blocked is the road from mentorship to priesthood. So in these two cards here, because you got mentorship, that mentor that came out, and then priest at the bottom. So that's where you're headed. That's where you're destined. But there's something that's blocking moving from this energy of a mentor to this energy of being a priest. A mentor, as it says here, is one who passes on wisdom and refines a student's character. So for many of you, you've been in this position as a mentor to others, helping them to refine their character, helping them to, by way of sharing your knowledge and your wisdom and your experiences, your gnosis, to help them to see themselves, to be a mirror. You've been serving as kind of like a mirror, and verbally and non-verbally communicating um your experience to help others, right? But you're being called to evolve from that, because mentorship does not have to involve spirituality at all. So you could be a mentor in a myriad of ways, right? But you're definitely being called to evolve spiritually if you're being called to evolve from a mentor to a priest. And it does not matter if you are a masculine or feminine energy. If you're a feminine energy, a priestess, you know what I'm saying? But you're being called into more of a being more of a facilitator of spiritual commitments and serving as a channel of spiritual energy. I want to share with you guys from the Sacred Contracts book the information it has on this priest energy, but I'm going to put it on the description box. I am on a community board. I just don't feel like getting up. So look out for that. I'm going to include that information on the community board for you guys when I upload the reading, some more information about what it is to be in your priest archetype. So that's praying over people and laying hands, and that's facilitating rituals, and exercising demons, and doing the work of a priest, and not necessarily how we know it to be in this world. You know what I'm saying? We know the priest to get up in front of the church and lead the ceremony, and which that's part of it. You lead a ceremony, but you know the priest get up, lead church, maybe give a sermon, somebody you could come and pray to and confide in. But the priest is ultimately one whom spiritual energy is supposed to flow through, to provide spiritual assistance in some way, or be a channel of love and light for the collective, for the congregation or the community, so to speak. So as you move through this, it's important to know, is you like, now that you know that you're being called to move from a mentor to a priest or a priestess, and level up in that way, you need to know why it's blocked, right? It's always important to ask questions. If you come from the Baptist church or some form of a religion, most of them are against questioning things, and they will fashion it as you don't question God. So whatever has already been laid out for you as the blueprint, the bottom line, the law, don't question it. But no, question every fucking thing, all the things, to see what resonates with you, so that you can operate from that space, because that is being true and authentic to yourself. And so in that questioning, you want to know, why is this road blocked? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? So that you can then start to kind of diagnose the issue and prescribe the medicine, so to speak. So the thing that is keeping someone, those of you who resonate with this, I know I do, It's taking care of yourself, how you nurture yourself, and how you work with your relationship with Mother Gaia and your divine feminine energy, how you mother yourself. So there's some reparenting that needs to take place for many of you. You needed to be mindful of your diet and your relationship with fruits, vegetables, and grains, those things that come from the earth. Your physical reality in terms of your relationship with money and all of those things that are your sexual energy. For some of you, you're needing to heal sexual trauma and wounding. But those are things that need your nurturance. They need your attention. They need you to put your resources toward them so that you can evolve from mentorship to priest or priestess hood. And this nurturing, it's going to require some solitude. It's going to require some reflection. And you are to use this winter solstice time that we're in. Child, I couldn't get the card up. You needed to use this winter solstice time in order to do that, in order to identify where you have not been nurturing yourself, to work on your mother wounds, to reparent yourself, to reassess your diet and how you're eating. I forgot who that was. That was it. I can't think of his name. Yahweh, Yaki, something like that. He's a guy who he kind of like 19 Keys, but he be talking about nutrition and eating holistically. And like he talk about food from a real conscious standpoint. But I think it was him that I heard use the term livets. You know, the word diets, its etymology is rooted in the word die, right? And we don't want to die, we want to live, you know what I'm saying? So you want to develop a healthy what he calls livets, what's going to help you live, and that's going to be by feeding yourself living, nurturing foods, you know what I'm saying? Having like a clean eating regimen. And you're going to want to take some time in reflection. You're gonna want to attend to your emotions and just really reflect on where you've been and where you want to go, where you've been led to go. And that's going to require some solitude, some going inward. So this is giving big high priestess energies. That's what that's all about. Tapping into your intuition, learning about your spiritual gifts, studying things of an esoteric nature, and spending time in reflection, going deep within and going deep beyond the veil. And so you're going to need to show yourself some compassion in that way and surrender to worry. This is the thing that you're needing to do in order to open that road. Stop worrying. So for many of you, like that's going to include doing some things that help you with your anxiety, that help you to get out of your head and stop worrying. The message here is make a commitment not to lead an anxiety-driven life. When worries arise, breathe them out of your body, focus on the power of your heart, and have faith that spirit is guiding you always. If it's being confirmed here that you are to serve as a channel of spiritual energy, you don't think the divine gonna protect you? You wouldn't think that the divine gonna provide for you? Listen, know that your steps are ordered, is what's coming through. You just got to get out of your head and allow yourself to vibrate in a fashion. Allow ourselves. Trust me, I'm talking about me too. We have to allow ourselves to vibrate in alignment with this priesthood and this priestess calling that is on our lives. So it's like you've been doing the work as a mentor, but it's time to step that shit up a notch, because what's going on in this world, what's going to be coming down the pipeline, or what is coming down the pipeline, is going to require that we step up spiritually in a major way to show up for people. So like me, I've been making it known and offering my services for spiritual baths more. And there are other gifts that I'm fine tuning so that I can offer them as well. Because I don't just read tarot. I'm not just a one trick pony. You know what I'm saying? It's not all about me getting down here telling my business and sharing my experiences so people can be comfortable with making the changes in their lives that they're being called to make because of my example and my story, right? There's some actual work that needs to be done, some alchemizing, some spiritual work, some exercising that needs to be done, some cleansing and purification and some alchemizing that needs to be done. And we are being called to be the channels by which that healing and that information and those workings come through. And this is nuts because I was just talking to my sis the other day, yesterday, last night, and we were talking about some things she has in mind to incorporate into her yoga practice. And this is so in alignment, and she's an Aries as well. But yeah, stop worrying. If you're worried about what people are going to think and how it's going to be received, if you're going to have the finances or whatever the case, let that shit go and surrender it to the divine. It's already worked out. It is your worries that is blocking the manifestation of the resources, the people, the community, the time. Stop worrying and just show up for what it is that you're being led to show up for when you're being led to show up for it. But you needed to surrender that worry because that is going to help you to surrender your belief in scarcity. So this is us doing more work on that poverty consciousness, letting go of that lack mentality. And it says the universe is asking you to open to the infinite nature of abundance. In this way, you can remove blocks in your life and succeed beyond your wildest dreams. I love this for us because it's levels to this shit. I just did a raw opening reading last year. So one might think, well, damn, Keita, if I did the work to open the road, then why am I having to do some more? Because yeah, you unlock the door, but it's more doors. There are more roads. There's twists and turns in this journey. And so what this says is you're now at another fork in the road that's blocked. It's blocking your way through. And in order to move that fork, or in order to get around that fork, this is the work that needs to be done. But now you are more aware of where you're headed. Priesthood and priestesshood or priestesship or whatever it's supposed to be properly called. So I did do bibliomancy to provide a crystal prescription for you guys, and you're needing to work with, not only work with hematite throughout this year in your efforts to move from mentorship to priesthood or priestesshood, but also it's a particular kind of hematite that you're needing to work with, and it's called specular hematite. And it's so in alignment with the cards that came out here in this reading. So I'm going to share with you the key words for hematite. It's grounding. It's good to work with for when you're manifesting and making the spiritual physical. That is the call. We're being led to, there was a particular sentence here that now that I've read these cards, I know it aligns with the message. It says, often when we attempt to manifest our spirit into the earth plane, we get hung up on the form our spirit takes. We begin to judge our path as being spiritual or not, depending upon how our personal work fits in with the accepted norm of spiritual endeavors. Specular hematite is about transcending the mundane vision of what is spiritual and allowing yourself to create your own unique expression of spirit here on earth, using your personal gifts and dreams. If the divine has planted a seed within you to develop some type of a spiritual practice or some modality of healing or some creative expression, and you've not seen it done that way before, do it. That's your calling. Fuck these people. Fuck what they got to say about it. Somebody out there is going to embrace it. It is exactly what somebody else needs. And it does not have to look like, quote unquote, what spirituality looks like. Look at me. I be cussing, twerking, smoking, drinking, all the things. Will cuss and pray. You hear me? Like, don't let these people tell you what your relationship with the divine should look like, and don't let nobody tell you what your journey should look like, especially when you done got your directive directly from the divine, because you are a channel of spiritual energy. And you're meant to manifest things here on this earth that this world is not used to and has never seen before, and is possibly the majority is not going to accept. But it ain't about them. It's about that few that are going to be attracted to your light, that are going to accept it and going to value and appreciate it. And it's about you being in alignment with your divine calling. You came here to do whatever it is that you're being led to do in as a priest or as a priestess. So it says, specular hematite speaks of the ability to transcend what is currently acceptable as a spiritual expression and manifest what truly brings you joy. It allows you to reach for the stars and pursue your own visions without being limited by what you think is possible or allowed. That limited poverty, scarcity thinking. Spirit does not judge you on the form of your creations that your creations take. It knows your creations only by the energy and heart that you have put into them. I cannot wait to see and assist this damn video. Specular hematite assists in grounding high frequency energy into the lower frequency world of everyday reality. It aids in perceiving where your personal gifts can be applied in any situation, allowing day-to-day life to become a true expression of your spirit. This is not about getting dressed up and going to church on Sunday and using your voice to sing for the congregation and lift up the name of Jesus. This is about being a vessel of light every day. Every in a myriad of ways that you're called to be, without judging others, without judging yourself, having compassion for yourself. And a lot of times there are going to be communications and gifts and talents and skills and directives that come to you through your crown chakra, but you need to have a vessel that vibrationally aligns with it. And that is why your eating is important. That's why the energy that you entertain and the people that you entertain, who you laying up and having sex with, the people that you keep around you, your habits, and your beliefs, I'm hearing. All of that needs to be in alignment so that you can be a vibrational match for the channelings that want to come in. It's like when you listen to the radio, you know what I'm saying? You want to listen to rap music, you got to turn to a certain station. You got to tune into their frequency. You want to listen to some country music, you got to turn to a certain station and tune in with that frequency. So we're being asked to tune in with the frequency of the priest or the priestess. Spiritually, specular hematite encourages one to release judgment about whether one is spiritual or not spiritual. It assists one in finding a unique expression for the gifts one brings to the world and the unique vision each soul carries to this realm. It reminds one to pursue one's dreams and manifest one's most joyful visions. Emotionally, specular hematite can help one release judgment or self-recrimination about one's spiritual growth and self-worth. Self-recrimination, I don't know exactly what that means, recrimination, but it sounded like just our two. It's literally 211 as I picked up my phone. 211. So this is speaking to how this affects your relationships with people outside of you and mastering that, how to be in relationship with others, partner and be in unity in some way. And this could even be your relationship with the divine, something or someone within you and also outside of yourself. But when I hear recrimination, for me it speaks to like you've already suffered whatever consequence of having done said thing, and then you keep punishing yourself for it. But let's see what it means. I want to see what Webster them got to say. Because we often hear like self-discrimination or incrimination, but I'm not familiar with recrimination. Self-recrimination is the act of blaming oneself, especially in a remorseful or persistent way. For example, someone might feel self-recrimination if they find it difficult to move past a criminal record and live with the feelings of guilt. Okay, let's just say that happened. You know, let's say you've committed a criminal offense, right? If you did your time, what the fuck is we still beating ourselves up about that shit for? You know what I'm saying? Like, the God we serve, the God that we are, is a forgiving God. And so it's not self-loving to not forgive yourself and to keep punishing yourself and blaming yourself for something that you've already received the karma for. So this involves some karmic release. And then even if it's not something criminal, if you took a quote unquote wrong turn on your journey and something happened to you and you're blaming yourself, cut that shit out. Cut that shit out. Just be glad that you got whatever lesson you was meant to get out of that particular stop on your journey, and take that information, that wisdom, that knowledge to and move forward to help others to do the same, because it's somebody else out there beating themselves up about the same shit. And if you have sexual trauma, a lot of times, and I have not had that experience, but I've had the pleasure of loving many women who have. Honestly, there are more women who have been sexually violated, it seems, than not. And that's such a heartbreaking thing to say, but in my experience, I got more of my folks that have had that experience. And me being a shoulder to lean on, or of support to them, I know that some of them blame themselves. It's a common thing for people who have been victimized to blame themselves. And even those of you who have criminal pasts, you gotta look at the root of that shit. Whether it was fucking murder, robbery, what do they call that shit? Extortion. We live in a world that breeds criminals. You did what the fuck they wanted you to do. What you were bred to do, what your environment groomed you to do. And so if you want to really get to the bottom of the shit, you got to get to the root and stop poking and prodding at them branches. You know what I'm saying? And the root is this society. Now, if you've taken accountability for your part in the situation, it is time to forgive yourself, and it is time to really reflect on the root of the matter and start doing the work and answering your call to help others to get to the root. So the physical benefits of working with hematite. Specular hematite energizes the rhombic prismatic crystals of hemoglobin in our blood. It helps the body integrate more light energy and makes the incorporation of higher frequency energies more comfortable. It can help regulate the effects of electromagnetic fields on one's energy body, and is excellent to wear in any situation where one might be exposed to toxic energy from computers or electrical systems. So if you're around electrical systems all the time, which a lot of us are, either by way of our devices, some of us, our careers involve working around like computers, hell, driving your car if it's electric, the dashboard and the functionality of the car, being around all of that can affect your energy, your light body. But specular hematite helps to protect you from that. And that if you're one of those people who gets really sick when you're going through ascension symptoms, specular hematite can help you with that as well, because a lot of times that's just that energy, that light energy, those gifts and talents, and that those channelings trying to come through, but your body is not prepared to receive it. So specular hematite can help with that as well. So you may want to look into the spiritual significance of the blood. For many women, I would suggest kind of gauging how working with specular hematite affects your menstruation, as that deals with your blood as well. But the affirmation for specular hematite is, though I am a creature of the earth, my spirit soars in joy through the skies of heaven. Take your power back, y'all. Take your power back and stop self-recriminating. Nurture yourself as you move along this journey, unblocking the road from mentorship to priesthood. If you're needing a personal reading, feel free to reach out via email at turquoisemajesty@gmail.com. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And if you'd like to donate, that information is below in the description box. I love this for us. I can't wait to do the rest of the signs. And leave your comments below. Should any of this resonate with you, you can probably find specular hematite on Etsy. Hematite's not hard to find. You can find it anywhere they selling crystals, but this particular kind may not be the easiest to find in a store. So I definitely would suggest just going to Etsy. If I could get a hold to some, I definitely let y'all know that I have it available. And yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed the message. Again, Happy New Year. And until next time, peace.